I've been thinking about compulsive behaviors that we develop as a result of being unable to tolerate uncertainty. I watched a video a while ago. The nervous system lady used the term nuance, like being able to hold nuance in your body and your nervous system. And when we are triggered, I don't remember exactly what she said because it's been over a year since I even watched that video, but intuitively I kind of just feel like when we're really triggered or something, I don't know if you can hear my brakes. My brakes need to get looked at. Like when we're triggered, when we're in a heightened state, it's harder to hold nuance. It's harder to tolerate uncertainty and to like tolerate a gap. And I think the more triggered we are, the more afraid we are, or the more ashamed we are. They kind of all go hand in hand though. Instead of embracing the gap of not knowing, the gap of not having a clear picture of your trajectory ahead, I think when we're in a heightened state, we also can't handle situations that aren't just going one way and one way only. We can't handle possibility. We can't handle free will. We kind of want to be told what to do. We kind of want things to be set in stone. We can't handle improvising. I wonder also, this kind of just came to me because I was thinking about politics this morning. I wonder when in politics we see a move towards the government and like people in power wanting the population to be more conservative and more controllable, like singularized, where everything is done one way. I wonder if that means they're preparing us for war. Because when I think about, from what I know about history, whenever there was a war, the population was encouraged to have a very singularized view of things, and they were encouraged to be very quote-unquote traditional. I wonder if that's because war and the terror it inflicts on the nervous system and the state of fear it puts people in, they can't handle many different things at once. I don't know if I'm wording that. Get the fucking other lane. This big ass truck just tried to merge into the lane, and I was scared he was going to run me off the road. But I was thinking about how obsessive compulsive tendencies, I technically have OCD, even though it's not like every day. I'm kind of noticing a theme though, that when I get in the most obsessive compulsive loops, and I can't handle the uncertainty of like, oh my God, did I lock my door this morning? Because I locked the door to my room. I'll literally go back and check. And then I think, did I lock it? But just stuff like that. I think when I get into the most obsessive compulsive spirals, being unable to tolerate uncertainty, being unable to tolerate that things are not only going one way and one way only, and that I just don't know something. I think it goes hand in hand with being in a state of shame and fear, and something in the current moment is triggering some old trauma or some old memory of a time where I was in danger. Like, I locked my door to my room because my brother used to live in the same house, and he tried to go in my room all the time, and he had no fucking power. So he would get a false sense of power over his older sisters by invading our privacy and then telling on us when we already lived in an abusive home. So that's kind of like an old trigger in my nervous system, like locking my door so he can't go in my room and then get me in trouble. I think it's starting up again because it's the holidays and I'm scared he's going to come back home for Christmas. So that's why I'm like, I have to catch myself from getting in this OCD loop of like covering all my bases so he can't invade my personal space and then tell on me. And and then there's also the shame that goes along with it, the shame of exposure. I kind of wonder how often do we get in these very compulsive thought processes or habits because something in the current moment is triggering some old memory of a time where uncertainty or not outsmarting everyone or not being one step ahead would have resulted in us being in danger. Also yesterday, I think a lot of things are putting me in this like obsessive compulsive mood lately. One, because of the holidays, because I don't want to see my family because of all the history of being controlled and punished and shamed and abused and them being bigger than me, so me always being at their mercy, blah blah blah. I get really anxious around my birthday because I don't want attention. Also, I was planning my trip to Oregon in the spring so I can work on my album by the beach, and I was looking at flights. I want to go on a full moon. I knew that I wanted to do that because then I can get ocean footage and the moon will illuminate things, so it will actually probably have better video quality because there's actually going to be a source of natural light at night. So I was thinking like, okay, the full moon in March or the full moon in April. And I really wanted to go in the end of March because it's like Lent or like the religious week leading up to Easter, and I'm not religious anymore. And I have a lot of trauma regarding religion. And the place I work at, I work with religious clients who also have a lot of religious trauma, and there's a chapel in the old people home. So I was just in a bit, I want to run away. During that week, during the full moon that week, I wanted to take my trip during the last week of March because I wanted to avoid being there, being in that shit. Because to me, it's just trauma at this point. I'm not religious. I left religion because it was too traumatizing. But then I ended up deciding I'm not taking my trip in the end of March because the flights at the end of April are actually much cheaper. and the weather's going to be better. So I kind of just leveled with myself yesterday and was thinking, like, I'm just going to have to tough that week out. But it's been putting me in a mood where it's just activating a lot of old stuff. And with Christmas being another religious holiday, it's activating a lot of stuff. So lately I have little to no tolerance for uncertainty. I want to plan everything I do ahead. I have and my behavior is becoming I can't relax. And I feel like I'm just in this weird mood. I'm on edge. But anyway, it just kind of made me start thinking that extreme behavior is caused by extreme behavior and extreme thought processes, and having no tolerance for relaxing and looking around you and not knowing what's coming, and having conviction about things versus being open to experimenting and seeing different possibilities. I think all of that depends on the state of our nervous system at the moment. It depends on what's going on. And I'm kind of thinking, I was getting really annoyed at work with some of the old ladies that I see who are very immoral people and have a very questionable past, but they're also the most dogmatically religious. And I was getting pissed off at them for a moment. But then I've been realizing that our ability to be anything other than dogmatic and convicted and feeling like we know what's coming and being ignorant, it's kind of dependent on the state of our nervous system at the moment. Also, I think that when we have really solid convictions about people, we have really strong opinions about people, we believe that we can size people up and see that they're good or bad or it's dependent on the state of fear we're in, being afraid of people we don't know, and then filling in the gaps. It's like we can't tolerate having a gap between our current level of knowing and the totality of what truly is. Like with my album that I'm making, this is when I'm making my Siren album. I think I started making it in March, and it's December now, and it's not even going to be done until next summer. This is the longest I have ever spent on a piece of music, or really any creative project. This is the farthest I've ever planned ahead and really invested in something like this, because usually when I make an album or a song, I finish it, I think of a name for it, I find a picture out of my camera roll and immediately upload it the same day, and I don't take any time to really think on the things. Probably because in the past I've done stuff like write very big fiction books and then deleted it off the internet. So I'm scared if I take my time with something, I'll sabotage myself and delete it. It's actually really testing my patience to work on something for this long. So a lot of the times I have this like stuck belief that, oh, this is gonna suck. This album's gonna fucking suck. No one's gonna listen to it ever. It fucking sucks. And I might as well quit. And it's stupid. And no one gives a fuck. And it's just a waste of time. And I start getting in this really negative loop about my music. Well, this in particular, because I'm actually taking my time with it. And it seems like the longer I take with this album, the more limiting beliefs and negative feelings and regret of all the times where I wiped off my internet footprint before and deleted all of my work that I put so much work into. Because there's a gap right now between the creative process and the day that it's all said and done and all the footage is there, all the music's there, the videos are there, blah, blah, blah. I put it on different websites. That seems like a distant day in the future that I don't even know the date of yet. So that uncertainty is kind of just really triggering me. That I don't even know if I'm done making songs yet. I don't know what the lyrics are going to be for different songs. I don't know when I open my music making app what this next song will be like. I don't have a plan. So it's really triggering me because I'm holding a lot of space for uncertainty. And when I travel to go get the video footage, I don't know who's going to be at the fucking beach. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I don't know if the shit that I see on the internet is going to be accurate to what the place is like in real life. I don't know what my mood's going to be like. And my mood regarding art that I make has just been a lot more intense and a lot more just like tumultuous and unpredictable because I'm doing art in a way that I usually don't do it. Taking my time with it, letting the creative process and all that it can actually be unfold, and trying to have patience. This is painful. Like, I don't know. I think about the man who wrote Game of Thrones. I wonder how much fucking torture he's in, knowing that the show surpassed his books and that the show had to actually come up with its own ending because he's taking so long to finish the book. I used to @ him on Twitter and said, "Release the Winds of Winter," as if he would reply to me. My little dumbass Twitter account that no one even looked at. I wonder how much nuance he has to hold in his nervous system to still take his time when the whole entire world was rushing him to finish the series, and he may not even live long enough to finish the whole series. I also wonder if I feel such a sense of hopelessness about my art. Well, this album in particular, because it's taking, like, I didn't do it all in one day and upload it immediately just to get it done with, and I'm actually like holding the vision of it for months at a time. I always am grappling with this feeling of hopelessness, of like nothingness. Like, if I don't get all of this music done today, it's nothing and it doesn't exist and it will never manifest. I'm starting to wonder in general if we have a tendency to rush with certain things and we can't tolerate waiting. I wonder if it's because we feel hopeless about it. We're afraid that if we don't do it, it won't exist. Like, if we don't do it right now, we have to like prove to ourselves that it's possible by rushing and coming in full force with something. This can even like go into like dating, because we actually can't sit with our fear that it's a hopeless cause, or the possibility that it could be. I literally have like 900 songs on my YouTube page. And about 90% of those songs, I opened my music app, I fucked something up, just did something, made a song, and then immediately saved the file, put a picture on it, came up with the song title, and uploaded it. And a lot of my music, I don't even know what it fucking sounds like until like a month or a year later, because it's like I can't even hear it. I get too much in the nitty gritty of it, and then I don't even know what I just made until later. I've even sent some of my music to people before, and they say, I don't know how to hear this. Like, they have to listen to it several times in order to like feel the vibe of it, like the feeling of it. Not even I know what it sounds like. I think I'm kind of torturing myself because I'm working on a few songs for my Siren album. I leave work early and I go just open the song file and work on it however I feel like working on it that day. I'm kind of torturing myself with it because this week I've been doing things as simple as recording 3 melodies for a song, recording like 3 background vocals for a song per day, and not doing everything at once. Like, some of these songs, I've had the vocals on there, deleted it all, done it again, and then taken like 2 entire weeks to do maybe 10 seconds of vocal audio. And like, I'm driving myself a bit crazy because I'm taking my time with it. There's some songs that I know that the audio is fucked up in it. I know that it's too loud in some places, and I didn't even edit it because I just have to fucking get it done. There's songs on this Siren album, I know that like the bilateral, some of these songs, you have to listen to it with headphones because part of the vocals is in one ear and the other one is in the other ear, and that's called bilateral stimulation. And I read that it makes music more trance-like, and people have a different connection with music that has bilateral stimulation. So I'm trying to do that in this album. I think the song is Wraith. In the bilateral stimulation, one of the vocals in one ear is just slightly too loud, and it literally sent me into like some kind of autistic rage, like, fix it, like I gotta fucking fix it, I gotta go find sorry Francis, I gotta go find the file, I gotta fucking fix it, I know, because it's not right. But I almost want to torture myself and upload it anyway, because I can't handle having the patience to go back and edit things to make them right. I just have to see the final product of it. Almost to the point where I don't care if I upload it and it's sloppy. It's really, it feels like making this album feels like edging. And it's fucking torture. But it kind of makes me think in general, anytime we have to wait for something and we don't get it immediately, and then we can't handle patience, so we give up instead and we decide something's hopeless, it's really just a reflection of our nervous system is just currently unable to hold capacity. It's unable to hold nuance, and we're just currently in a heightened state. And it makes me wonder, how many things have I given up hope on and I decided they're never happening because they didn't happen right now, when there's probably a lot of things that are coming to me a bit later that are still manifesting and incubating, but I just can't tolerate patience. Get in the fucking other lane. God damn. Just like today, I woke up too late. I needed to get more sleep tonight, so I didn't go to the gym this morning. And I woke up and immediately sunk into this like depression of like, oh, I didn't go today, fuck it, I'm never going again, I look like shit, I'm just gonna spiral into bad hole, blah, 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 because I didn't go today. Because as soon as I wake up in the morning, that's when cortisol spikes, and that's when stress hormones spike, and then I have little to no patience for anything. And I'm late for work. But yeah, all of this to say, I've been thinking about how we're unable to have patience, and we're unable to consider all the different outcomes that something can have. And we instead want to race forward as fast as possible and have a one-track mind about things and be unable to tolerate any uncertainty at all. Simply because we're in a heightened state right now, like we're under stress, or we're in a state of fear, or the current moment, something about it is triggering some old trauma that sent us into overdrive. And that in reality, when we come back into reality, there's a lot of different ways to get to a desired destination. And things are never as black and white as we're led to believe when we are really triggered. I have to work on this fucking song after work, simply because there's in the Virtue of Desire, there is a 8 to 10 second piece in it that is just spoken words, but I don't feel like my voice yesterday was sexy enough. I felt like it sounded ugly. So I have to go after work, I have to drive to my spot in the forest. I have to open the file, I have to put on my headphones, hope that they're charged, hope that my power bank has enough to open the fucking song, find the voice part of the song that has the spoken part, reanalyze it, see if it is actually sounding good enough, or if I just felt like I looked ugly yesterday and that's why I think everything I did was ugly, and then go through the process of re-recorded, blah blah blah, and take my time with it, when really I just want to throw my fucking phone out the window and quit and die, because I just want to rush through everything. I don't have the fucking capacity. Ugh. Anyway, I'm almost at work.